Okay, guys, welcome back. So to get started with our front end, we're going to go to GitHub. Yeah, so I already prepared a starter pack for it. It's actually a Vit app. Okay, so and we just come here, copy the, click on code, then copy the URL there. Then you go back to your VS Code. Now in the VS Code, we're going to say git clone. When you say git clone, then you paste the link. So yeah, we now have all our we now have everything about our front end. Not everything though. We're still going to do a lot. So we have our API where we'll be storing the API for where we'll be storing the API for our contracts. So you see I already created those files. So we'll go to package.json. Let's just know the dependencies we're using. We're using Rion app kit. So this Rion app kit is just practically going to help us have easy connection with our wallet. Okay, so we have that. You can see Lucid React, and it has decode error and all that. Okay, so now to actually bring this inside to actually install all this because they're not yet installed. So to actually install all this, we're going to say cd. We're going to navigate into the stake starter. And we're going to say uh, npm install. Okay, so we now have our dependencies installed. And before we move on, we're going to also need some few stuffs. So you go to your env.example. So I just created this as your our as the domain one. So env.example. So you can just rename it and remove the example. So just env. Okay, I think that's good to go. And the next thing we're going to be doing is to fill all this up. Okay, and we already know where our addresses are, right? So we're just gonna pick it up from there. So that's server deploy direct address. I'm just going to pick it up like this. Want to see and come to our stake starter. So that stake starter is going to be acting as our front end. Okay, so yeah, for npx, I'm going to paste this in npx. For xy, I'm going to paste this in xy. And for the actual stake contract, I'm going to place it in stake contract. And I think we are good to go. All right. Then we have our CrossFi URL, the CrossFi RPC. So we need our Explorer and the RPC. And we're also going to need the reown app kit. Okay, so well, let's go to Chrome and then we'll search reown and just go to the docs. So you can just get started and start with your own app kit. You understand? And you'll be given a project ID. So that's just it. Let's see. Okay. So you'll be given a project ID and all that. So that's just it. So let's keep that and move on. Back to our code. We'll also be needing our CrossFi Explorer. That's the X5 scan. So the CrossFi Explorer is going to be X5 scan. So this is the X5 scan, and you can switch it to testnet here. And we're using testnet, so we want to get the URL. Yeah, so you can see that the URL for testnet is test.x5 scan. So we're going to I'm going to grab that. Then we'll paste it in the URL there. Then we have the RPC URL. So you can simply use the one you use for You can simply use the same RPC used for your hard hat. So let's go get that. Let's go get that. So just put your CrossFi RPC URL and also your own project ID here. Okay. So please, I, I hope you've ensured that you got your RPC and your project ID. Now we just move on to the what's it called? Move on to our API. Let's fill up our API. So you just go to the contract, which is the server, then artifact, and contract, then npx also, and you see the JSON. So the one without the DBG is what we are going to is where we are going to see the API. So you can just copy the API from here. Just copy the array alone. You can see that. So copy that. That will be for npx, and you go to the API in the front end and paste it. Right. So next one is going to be for the X file. So take the API off. We go to the X file. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll paste it in the X file JSON. Then the last one, which is the stake JSON, we're going to see what it turns out to be. So I'm going to take stake. Then this is stake, and we'll carry the API also and paste it in stake. I think yeah, that's all for the APIs. We're having error. Oh, there's a comma here, so that's good to go. All right.
Yeah, so let's close this. And before we move on, I would like to explain some of the functions that comes with our starter pack. So in the config, we'll see connection.js. So in the connection.js is just practically the one handling our connection to the wallet to our wallet. Okay, so it's like a configuration to our own app kit. You can see where we are using define chain to define our CrossFi blockchain and yeah, some other stuff like metadata and all that. Okay, so yeah, that's just it. And yeah, you can see the create app kit. This is what we're using. Okay, and moving to constants, we have our read only provider. So just practically it's from ethers that's just in RPC provider. It's from ethers that helps us to be able to read information from the blockchain without a sign or something like that. Okay, and moving on again, we'll be going to our hooks. Okay, so we have two hooks right now. We are going to add two more hooks, but for now we have two, and these are the two hooks we have. We have the use contract instance, and we have the use signer or provider. So for the use signer or provider, it's just helping us to get the signer, that's the person that is actually using the platform or the app as at that time. So which logged in or like what wallet is connected. Okay, so we have the provider, the address, and we also have the read-only provider, like I explained before. So the read-only provider is just practically helping us to read the contract. Okay, and in the use contract instance, it's just practically giving determining the instance of the contract if it's going to be a read only or if it's going to be when someone is signing. Okay, now we can now move on to the utils. Okay, and in the utils we have a function. We have our first function in the utils, which is called get ERC20 balance. So we're just using this get ERC20 balance to get the balances of our users, and we have another function approve stake funds. So, but just to be clear, this get here as 20 balances helps us to get the balance of our users in MPX and also in XY. Okay. Then we have approve stake fund approve stake funds helps us to approve the um, staking amount to our actual contract, to the stake contract, so that the stake contract can spend the tokens on behalf our of a user. Okay, and we have mint MPX. So this just helps us to mint MPX to a user that needs MPX. Okay, so can maybe can build something later on this that will help users to earn MPX, and they can now come to the stake dApp to stake the MPX and earn XY. Okay, so maybe like a task, you can perform tasks, earn MPX, come to the stake dApp and stake the MPX. Then we now have mint XY to stake contract. I mean, we want to mint more reward tokens to the stake contract. All right, and I think that's it in the utils, and that's it also for all our creating contract. Okay, so going to the context, we have our state context. So we are going to do a lot in this state context, and we're actually starting here. But the thing is like this. This is practically the handling the global states of the app we are building. Okay, it's going to handle the global state of the app we are building. And when you come to our app.js, is it our app.js or our main.js? Okay, yeah, in our main.js, you can see the stake context provider is wrapping our app, so it can help undo the global state of the app. Okay, so what else? I think that's all we are going to talk about. So let's move on to our stake context and let's start coding. So yeah, well, we'll be needing to import something. So I'll press import import ethers from ethers. Then the next one will be our ABI. So we'll say import API from the slash ABI slash state JSON. So our contract ABI, our state contract ABI. Then the next one, we're going to be importing our use contract instance, and we're not having that one. So we'll just say import use contract instance. Use contract instance. We're coming from slash hooks slash use contract instance. Good. Yeah, we're good to go. Then we'll also import our use sign-up provider. So we'll also be importing use AppKit, use AppKit account, and also lastly our lead MD provider. Good. And that's what we're moving on to. And the next thing, we're going to this place. We say const lead MD stake provider. Equal to use contract instance. Sorry. Use contract instance. Then const. Want to get sign up. Oh my god, sorry. From our use sign up or provider. So remember we send it from there. So we're going to get our address. Const equal to use AppKit account. Now the first thing we're going to do, so before we move on, I would like to also talk about this. So you can see our state provider is creating the global These are the global variables that we're going to be needing from our context provider. We'll be needing our stakes, our NPX balance of the contract, and also the XY balance of the stake contract. Then, if the connected account is the owner of the stake contract, so that we can use this, to handle the admin page. Then we now have total rewards end from here. Okay, so now we're going to get, first thing we want to do is to get our admin. So we say const wannna stake contract is equal to use memo in our callback function, and we're good to go. Let's say if signer and read only provider and read stake contract dot target return new ethers. Okay, dot contract. Okay, I'm going to say read only provide only stake contract dot target our API and our signer. Good. And here I'm going to say return null. Those if those things are false, return null. Then um we're going to also come here, okay, and say we'll be waiting for our signer and the read only and the read only stake contracts. Okay, good. So the next one is to say first get owner address will be equal to use callback. So once our async function if you read only state contract, sorry, if not read only state contract, if there's no read only state contract, then return nothing. But if there is, we'll have a try and catch block. I'll say const contract owner will be equal to await our read only state contract dot owner. Yeah, we can do this. So once we've gotten the address, we'll now set his owner, which is our state for the handling owner. We'll set it to the address but to lowercase, so that we can convert it to just normal words. To lowercase, it should be equal contract owner dot to lowercase. So not local lowercase to lowercase. Okay, good. I think we are done with that. Then for the error, if there is an error, you console.log error, sorry, error fetching contract owner to pass the error message. Thank you. Okay, and we are good to go for this. Then there are dependencies which will be what's it, comma. And the dependencies will be read Wednesday contract, comma, and our address. Good. We'll say use effect. So we'll say use effect get owner address, and there'll be a dependency which will be get owner address. And we are having an issue here. Hmm, what's going on? Excuse me, sorry. Let me understand this. So we have our use effect, then we have cover function. Okay, then we have our get owner address. Alright, so I don't know what I did wrong initially. Comma, and get owner address. Okay, good. Now that's it. So we are going to our home component. So we're going to just close all this, close the admin. Then go to our home page, this home page, and we are going to get the this owner from our state context. So we're going to say state context. We're going to call our use state, and come here before this, and we say const this owner equal to equal to our use state. Good. Now we cannot delete this previous is owner that's in our that this hard coded is owner that we have in the component. Now what we're going to do is to check if it recognizes the owner. Right? Oh, I didn't hide this. So I want to check if it recognizes the owner of the contract. And what I'll be doing is to we'll say foster. Sorry. I'm going to start the app now. We'll say cd stake starter, and we'll say npm run dev. Okay, so let's start the app. Yeah, so we have our, and my MetaMask is going to pop up immediately for me to connect. Okay, so let me just put in my pin, and yeah, we're good to go. So you can see this is actually the account I used to deploy our contracts for, and you can see it's showing me the admin page. So on the component, let's just go back to the component. So we set it that if the component is true, if the is owner, if the owner is available, if the if the person that is signed in is the owner, we should be able to see the admin button. But if the person that is signed in is not the owner, we won't be able to see this. So currently, this account is actually the account I use to deploy this our contract. So it's the owner, and we are able to see this. But to confirm it, we're going to use another signer. We're going to use another signer. So we say signer one. I've changed the account to this, and yeah, you can see the button is no more there. So once I come back to the actual account, I've deployed the contract. That's the owner of the contract. You can see the button is there. And yeah, I already showed you guys the UI. You can see that, and you can see our admin page. Good. Yeah, added a little extra to the admin page, so we can mint XY. Now we can go back to our contract, and the next thing we'll be going to our stake context. And the next thing we're going to do, we want to get all these stakes for a particular user. So we're going to say const get stakes will be equal to, yeah. Let me just end this because I don't like seeing error when I'm coding. So I don't want to be seeing that all this error when unnecessary errors. So okay, so we can say use callback. We say async. Okay, good. We say if our read only state contract. If it's not, if not our read only state contract, it will return nothing. But if our read only state contract is available, then we'll have a try and catch block. Try catch. What we're going to do here, we're going to say const data is equal to await read only state contract dot get all stakes, and we're passing in our address. Okay, so it will be getting all the stakes. Remember, in we used our use app kits account to get the address of the user. Yeah, so of anybody that is signed in, the wallet address that is signed in. So once we get that, we can now pass it to the get all stakes. Remember, okay, let's go back to our contract. I think we'll be needing a contract for this. Um, contract, okay, stake. And when you come to our get, our stake function, our get all stakes, you can see we passed the address of the staker. We want to know how many stakes this particular person have. So that's just what we're doing here. So back to our stake context. We can close everything here. Close all. So back to our stake context. And the next thing to do is to format our data. So we say const formatted data. Formatted stakes will be equal to our data dot map, which will have stake comma index. Great. So we're going to be passing the index of our stakes as we're passing the index of our stakes as the ID of each stake. So we say ID. We now say index dot to string. I'm just making sure. Okay. Then the next one will be the amount the person staked on each of the stakes. So we say ethers dot format ether. So this one we are trying to, in the contract it's going to be written in way. So I want to format it back from way to ethers. So we say format ethers dot stake dot amount. Okay, and we'll say dot. to string just to ensure that we have a string format. Then the start time, which will be number. I want to change it to number, so this take dot start time, comma, and we have the same thing for our duration. So we just say duration, and we say take dot duration. Okay. And the next thing, I want to check if the person has withdrawn. So as withdrawn, we go to our stake. Since it's a boolean, we don't need to come to make sure that. So we just say as withdrawn. Good, comma, and now we now go down here and set all our stakes. Set stakes to formatted stakes. So alright, good to go. Then for the error, we're just going to console the error. We're going to put the error in console. So console.log, say error fetching stakes. Error. Good. And we are going to do our dependencies, which say what are going to be depending on will be depending on our read only state contract. Read only state contract, and also will be depending on the address coming from the toolkit. Good. So we can put that. Then moving on, we're going to have a use effect that constantly updates our context. So we say this is I hope I'm not having an issue. So we say get sticks and comma depending on get sticks. Good. Alright. Now we can now go to our home page. Alright. Instead of the home page, we go to the stake list. Yeah, so we have our stakes here, right? We are going to close that now. But before we do that, we'll import use stakes. Use stake. Okay. Sorry. So we imported our use stake. We'll now we're going to bring out, we say const extract the stakes. Let us say this. We say equal to use stake. Then yeah. So we can now come here and do this. So yeah, we need the stakes. And you can now delete the stakes. Good. So we already rendered that if there are no stakes, we'll be having nothing. And if there are stakes, we'll be having, oh, now we have an issue. Should you refresh? What's going on? Okay. So I stopped the, okay, so let's run it back. Now let's go back and see. Let's refresh. Good. So you just click on manage stakes. So we don't have any stake. We've not staked before. So the next thing we're going to be doing is we are going to handle we're going to go back to our stake context and we want to get the contract MPX balance and also the contract what's it called? The contract token balance. The contract XY balance, sorry. So we say const get contract MPX balance. I think we'll just leave the app to run. MPX balance. I sincerely don't like this showing though. So say use score and async. We're having an async. Okay, just having this. Good. So if this person is not an owner, whoever is calling this, if there is if the connected person is not okay, we'll say mm, we'll say it's not owner. No, the connected signer is not an owner. You will return nothing. Okay. But if the person is an owner, we'll get our try catch. Try catch. And inside our try, we'll say counts balance equal to await owner straight contract dot get contract MPX balance. Okay. And we say set MPX balance. Remember, we are always going to be getting things in way, so we will always try to convert it to uh we'll always try to convert it to ethers in the front end, so not to string. So in our catch block, we're going to console as usual, console.log, and then we pass in the error. Good. We're going to have a use effect. The callback, and we say get contract APX balance. Okay, which will be depending on what? Of course, our get contract NPX balance. Good. So we're just going to duplicate this and edit it for the X file. Alright. So we say get contract X file balance. I'll do it for here too. X file. What else? Can just copy this. Any other thing? Okay. Yeah. So we're going to be setting the X file. Set X file. Let me check. Do we have that? Yes. Set X file balance. Alright. Let's go back. They say set X5 balance. Good. Then yeah, the use effect. I'm going to put this and put this. And we are good to go. So we now have our X5 balance and our NPX balance. We can now go to the admin page. We can now go to the admin page and import our use stick. We'll say const equal to use stick. So we're just going to do this MPS balance, comma XY balance. So instead of what we're having here, we'll now come here and say for the MPS balance, we say MPX balance or 15,000. Then here we'll say XY balance or 25,000. Now we can now go and check our contract. I think we should be having 0 because we've not minted anything to our contract. So let's go and see. Instead of having 15, we should be having 0. What's going on? Let's refresh this on page. All right, we now have our admin, and we're still having 15. Hmm. Okay. What I'll be doing is to console. Let's console. Log px balance, comma xy balance. Let's decode. Let's debug this. So inspect console. Alright. Okay. We are having issues. Oh, we don't have any balance in our at all. We don't have any balance. Let's refresh. Okay, so we don't have any balance. That's why. Good. You have not minted anything. Alright, alright, alright. Hmm. We can now move on. So let's put instead of 15, let's change this to 0 and change this to 0. Alright. And the next thing we'll be moving on to is our moving on to our going back to our use context. Where's our state context? Good. So we'll do another thing we're going to do. We've gotten our stakes, we've gotten our NPS balance, we've gotten our XY balance, we've gotten the its owner, and the next thing I want to get is the total reward end. Okay. Why is my use callback not functioning? What's going on? Yeah, good. Use callback does nothing. Incorrect. Oh my god. I think we're done. Oh, that's why. That's why. I'm supposed to put the dependency here. So which is um owner state contract and the is owner. Same thing for our X5 balance. I guess that was why it's not showing 0 initially. So we can go back to check that. Okay, so comma. And yes, we are going to go. So let's go back to our admin. We can put any figure here, you can say 10, and we can put 250 here. And let's go back to our admin page and refresh. So we are still having nothing because there's nothing actually. So we'll just wait till we've minted stuffs to it. So change this back to 0 and change this back to 0. Now back to our state context. Wanted to get our reward, our total reward end. So use const get total reward end is equal to our use callback, which will be async our callback function, right? Then we'll put a comma and we'll put this. So we're going to open this. Now we say if okay, okay. So we say if read only stake contract return nothing. Okay. So we'll say try our try catch const reward will be equal to await read only stake contract dot total reward end. I'll be passing the address. I'm passing the address. Then the next thing is we are going to set the reward. Set total reward end. Yeah. So we'll say ethers dot pass ether. Oh sorry, dot format ether rewards dot to string. For the error, as usual, I think I'll just copy it. I'm getting ready. Yeah. So we say error fetching reward balance. Okay. Yeah. And this will be depending on our read only state contract and also the address. Good. Can put that here. Then the next thing we're going to have a use effect, which takes a callback and an array. So we're going to say we call out dependency, sorry. Um, in the use callback, the use effect, sorry, you'll be getting the total reward end. Um, and here we're going to do a little bit of, yeah, so we should get total reward end. Yep, I think we have what we want there now. So we're going to go to our home page, which is component, and say state list. Is it in state list? Yep. I guess. Okay, it's not in state list, but in the account info. Alright, so we're going to go to the home page here since it's coming, and we'll come to, we have a total reward end here already. Okay, so we're going to say, we're going to import our use take, which is already imported here, and we're just going to say comma total reward end, and we're going to delete this, and everything is set. So let me refresh because we've caused error with our too much. Aha. So let's go back, and you're having 0.00x5. Good. Now we'll be going to, we'll be doing a listing now for all the emitted events. So we'll be able to re-update our states according to these emitted events. That's what we're going to be doing. Alright. So let's get started. I'll just paste the code on here. Okay, so I've pasted this. Now about this. So the first one will be listening to we're trying to listen to the contract event. So the first one is on the deposit when someone wants to stake. Okay, so this is what we have. The get the staker, and then the get stakes. Okay, then it updates the get stakes when somebody have staked. Okay, and the next one is withdraw. Also updates the get stakes. So like I said, we are updating our state according to the listeners. So the withdrawal listener is also updating the get stakes and the get total reward end. Okay. So when somebody withdraw, definitely is going to increase the reward he has earned. So we're like reloading it to get our total reward end. And the stake will, that particular stake that has withdrawn will return to withdrawn. So we are updating our state according to all this. Then we have ownership also for ownership transfer. And yeah, that's all. Okay. Now we'll now move on to the next two. We'll now move on to our hooks. We want to create our two hooks. So we'll be able to stake, and also we'll be able to withdraw. We already have the function to undo stake, right? So what we're going to do there is just simple. We're going to say, we're going to undo the function now. We say if if not amount, and if there's no amount, or the number dot password amount. Oh my god, what have I done? So number of passwords. Hmm? Okay, what have I done? Okay, so number of passwords amount should not, if it's less than 1000, or or the number of pass floats amounts if it's greater than 10 to 100,000. So on the first one, you can't stake less than 1000, you can't stake greater than 100,000. We're going to do this. Toast dot error amount must be between 1000 to 100,000 xy. Okay, sorry, mpx. Oh my god. Good. Then I'm going to what? Return. After that, we'll say set to string. Set is taken, sorry, to true. And then we'll now use a try and catch. We'll now use a try catch. We'll say await stake funds. Oh, we've now imported the function from our instance. So we're going to do that now. Going to say use stake fund. I'm having that here. So import use stake funds from $/ $/ and we'll be getting it from our hooks slash use stake funds. So I'm going to copy that. Remember to copy that. Come here, you say const stake funds will be equal to control V, use stake funds. Good. Oh my god. Okay. Const. Good. Our age stake funds will be passing the amount and the duration. Alright. And after we've done that, we're going to set the amount to default, which will be empty string. Oh, good. So for the error, we're going to catch error, which is going to be console.log, console.error, sorry, staking, and we'll pass the error here. Good. Then we're going to have a finally, and we say set is taken to false. Good. And I think we now have our undo stake. we can now go to, and I think we now have our handle stake. We can now go to our UI and check. But before that, let's refresh. I don't know what's going on. I think we have an error. So we can debug that. Contracts use text font 53. Hmm. Add 53. So yeah, I did a mistake here. I was also have wait. Good. So that's good. Thank you. I think that should solve the issue. Okay, we still have another issue. Okay, so let's come here. Come on. Oh, we did not export it. Oh my god. So we say export default. Our use take fund was not exported. No wonder I was looking for it. Okay, export default. Use take fund. Control V. And you can. But before we'll be able to stake, one thing we should remember is our user. We've not minted npx to any of our users. So let's go and create the function that will help us mint npx to the user. So we already have it here. We already have the npx minting function here. So we're just going to go to our we'll be going to our admin page to do that. Okay. We have our handle mint npx and we have our handle mint xy. And what we'll just do here is simple. We're just going to start with um, we say our I'm going to first prevent default. It dot prevent default. Okay, good. So say if not okay, what I'll do is I'll be pasting the code here. I'll just paste it and explain. So we don't have to take much time. Alright. So okay, so I've pasted the code here. But before we go on to explain, we're going to need to import some things. Okay. We're going to need to import some things. The first thing we're going to import is our toast from Toastify. We say toast from Toastify. We're also going to be importing mint npx and we'll be importing mint xfi. Okay. Then we'll be importing our use signer provider and that should do it. Now here we're going to say const signer will be equal to use signer provider. Okay, and you cannot check. Do you have any other thing? No. So instead of this, instead of alert, change this to toast dot error instead of alert. Okay, and the other one Okay, same thing. We're just going to say tools.l. Good. Now, what's so you guys shouldn't worry yourselves. The full code will be provided under the description. You can actually get it if you are unable to write. So this handle mint NPX is just going to help us mint our NPX to any user that requires it. So you can see where it calls our mint NPX to user from our utils, okay? And we are passing in the user address, and we are passing in the amount of the NPX you want to mint, and also the signer. That means we want to know if an account is logged in. So let me just use the word logged in. So going to the mint NPX, you can now come here, which is inside our get token balances. You can see. So how is the mint NPX helping us to mint? It gets the contract. Okay, it gets the contract of the NPS contract, right? Our NPS contract, and which you get through the NPS contract address, the NPS ABI, and yes, of course, the signer. So, and it's going to get the amount also, which we passed. Okay, going to get the amount which we passed. You can see it got the signer which we got from the front end also. So it's going to get the amount which we passed to this place. Okay, and from also the transaction will be this NPS contract dot mint. You remember the mint function we created inside our token contract. So the NPM contract dot mint, then the user address, and then that means the address that you want to mint to, then the amount in way. So we are converting. You're going to put the amount in ethers, then we convert it to way. Okay, so yep, that's just it. And we're going to go to Chrome now. All right. Now in Chrome, we can now go to this place. Let's go back. Let's copy let's copy this person's address, or we can copy another person's address. Yes, we can copy another person's address. Copy. Let's copy signer one back to account one. Then we'll go to the admin and we'll try to mint NPX to this user. So we'll say I want to mint 100 NPX. Okay, let us mint 1 million. Let's mint 100 NPX. Okay, let's mint 10,000 NPX. Then we'll paste in the user address of the person. Then we'll mint. We'll be expecting our MetaMask to pop up for us to confirm the minting transaction and confirm. And you can see it's successful. So almost similar stuff for our mint XY2 stake contract. So we are getting the XY contract. That means the XY token contract. Like as usual, we get it. We get our signer, which was passed from the components. Okay, and we have our XY token address, then the XY token API, and the amount also. We are going to format it. It was gotten from the component when it was imputed, and so we are going to pass the amount. Okay, and yeah, in the then we call the mint function on the expiry contract and pass our stake contract address, just like what we did in Remix. So pass our stake contract address and also the amount we want to mint to our stake contract address. So we're going to test that one right now also. But before we test that, I think there's something we need to adjust. Let me go and check that. Okay, do we need to adjust anything? All right, so we don't need to adjust anything. And yeah, we have our NPX balance here, right? But what we're going to do is this. So we are going to import our use app kit, use app kit use app kit account. We're also going to, oh, we already have it here already. So what do we need apart from the use app kit account? We're just going to need our use signer and also use signer. We have use signer, we have use tick. Okay, we're going to use yeah, get ERC20 balances from our utils. Okay, and I think we're good to go. Yeah. So what else? What we'll be doing now is to will be specifying our signers. We say const signer, comma, read only, read only provider is equal to use signer or provider. Good. The next thing I'm going to do is to define our provider. So const provider will be equal to signer or provider. Okay. Oh, sorry, signer or read only provider. Okay, so yeah, we're good to go. We'll be having a use effect here. So we say use effect. Then, yep, our callback and then our dependency. Good. So for the callback, we'll be needing if address. Yes, we've not defined the address, right? If address and sorry, if address and provider. So we've not defined address. So I'll just copy that and say const control V. Oh wow, control V. Then equal to use AppKit account. Good. So we have our address now. So we say, oh my god, we say get ERC20 balances where we'll be passing the address and we'll be passing the provider. Okay. Dot then balances are going to be getting the balances set account data balances. Okay. And dot catch. If we have an error. Good. So our dependency will be what? Our address and our provider. I think now we are good to go. Remember when we came here, I say this. Okay, so we'll come here. Let's check. Put this in curly braces. So that was the issue. So uh, yeah, we did not pass the boolean value. That's why. So we're supposed to pass through here. And once we pass through, our contract will start working. So let's try that. We'll go there. So we now have 100,000. So let's use the other account, which is that is not the owner. Okay, so now our signer. And yeah, so let's approve 10,000. Let's approve the max stake. Okay, still insisting that we don't have enough funds. This is not the account. Okay, so I think we can just simply, but we don't have the time to start sending. So we can just simply use that command. I already transferred NPX to it. So then what next we'll be doing, we can say 10,000 in stake. I think the gas estimation thing is actually causing us headaches. Okay, so we have the estimation have worked, so we can now confirm. All right. Okay, so now we're not going to confirm the stake. And, and yeah, the stake has been confirmed. Okay, good. So also I think when I was debugging, I still noticed something. I think yeah. So I wrote receipt dot status or something like that. So it's supposed to be status. Okay. So back to this. Since we have stakes, we cannot check the stakes of this person, and we are still having issues with our stakes displaying. Okay. Now you can see our stake is displaying. Yeah. All right. So we now have a stake of this thing. Okay. So our stakes is displaying. Now we cannot go back to MPX. Let's inspect. Okay. All right. So okay. So we are good to go. Okay, so before our stake expires and before we're able to withdraw, let's quickly do our claim claim reward function. Okay, so we just carry this, Control C, and blah 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 blah. We come to use new claim reward, we paste it there. Alright, now we're going to change the name of the function. So I'm just going to grab the name from here and paste it here. And also, yeah. So yeah, what I think we're going to be needing, we're going to we'll be needing app kit and network and kit network. We're going to need Toast. We won't be needing approve stake funds and we won't be needing ethers. Yep. So I think that's all. That's okay. That's all we'll be needing. Nice. Then we'll go to the claim reward. We'll need the contract. We'll be needing the address, the chain ID, but we won't be needing the use signer or provider. I'm also going to take it from this place, okay? Yeah, so we don't need all this. Alright. Now in the use callback, we don't need what we need is the index. We don't need amount and duration. So if not index, if not addresses, okay, so we don't need this first one. And we don't need to check to do the approve stake funds. Okay. Another thing, yeah, we don't need this also. I think this is the only thing we need. So we are going to change this function stake to withdraw stake. And instead of amounts in way and duration, we're going to change it to index. Okay. Here we're going to change also withdraw stake. We're going to change stake to withdraw stake. And okay. So I'm also going to change this to index. And there'll be a comma there. Another thing. Okay, receipt. Copy text. Alright, we'll change the messages to withdraw successful. And the error will be failed to withdraw. Okay, so console.error, instead of reason, we say error withdrawing decoded, error withdrawing, then we pass, we say comma, reason. Okay, and we are good to go. We can now claim successfully. Yes. Mm-hmm. Can now claim successfully. So we just go to this place. I think we're having error somewhere. Let's do this. Good. Now our code is getting better. We don't improve like that. Alright. And that's good. Now we can now go and check our running stakes. That's updated. You can see it's actually updating itself. And we are past it in 6 minutes. So we can now withdraw just once. But we can't withdraw. We've not connected it to the button. So coming back here, we will now go to our home.js. So you know the home, we'll go to our stake list. And what are we doing? Okay. So we have our handle withdraw here, right? Okay. The next thing we're going to do is to bring in import use use new claim reward. We go to that. I'll say withdraw funds const withdraw funds will be equal to use new claim reward. So in our handle withdraw funds, we'll say first thing first, you have to make this async because okay, async, right? Then we say we'll do a try and catch block. And inside the try catch, we say set is loading to true. Okay. And the next thing we say await withdraw funds. Then we pass the index. So if there's an error, console.log, sorry, console.error, we'll say withdraw error. Okay. Then finally, we're going to set the is loading to false. Set is loading to false. And I think that's all. So let's go and try and withdraw. Any stakes processing. Okay. All right. Fingers crossed. So withdrawal successful. Okay. Okay. So when I reload, you can see we now have 0.0000361. Okay. So yeah, that's it. We've tested everything. We've been able to stake. We've been able to withdraw. We've been able to meet to user. And we'll be able to meet to the contract. So thank you guys. Please subscribe for more demo and yeah, see you next time.